I'd like to call the Ripon Area Fire District regular monthly board meeting to order. Gary?
Here.
Ben?
Here.
Jolene?
Here.
Howard?
Here.
Jim?
Here.
And Mike is here and Barry is also present is Chief. Okay, I'd like to take a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda. Second that motion.
Is there any discussion on it? Okay, all in favor? Who was the one that you
I made the motion.
Ben, you did the second?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none. And looking for any public comment? I don't see any. You guys had a chance, there's a couple of minutes. I think there's 3 of them here. You guys had a chance to go over it, if there's any corrections or discussion on it. Do we need to do each one individually, Jim, or can we do a consent to all?
I would think
We should
do
do a consent.
them all, but just with the dates, so if it pleases, I'll make a motion to approve the July 7th, August 11th, and September 1st minutes as presented.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion on that, on those?
Did you guys get the outstanding collectibles or no?
Now we're just doing the secretary's report.
Okay.
So, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes, thank you. Move on to the treasurer's report, review the accounts payable, and treasurer's report. Anything that stands out to you, Chief, on the accounts payable?
No, I mean, we had some bigger ticket items, the rented service equipment you see on page number 1.
Right?
For the $850, that was battery replaced. Those batteries went bad.
Is that the starting batteries?
On the engine, yes, all the batteries went bad. And it was due to, on page 3, you're gonna see the battery charger from Rennert's was replaced, so the battery charger on the unit went bad, and then that fried the batteries bad, so it destroyed the battery, so we had to have both replaced.
So they put the new batteries in and then it was still haven't given you some problems, so it went back in to be diagnosed for the charger?
They put the batteries in, we ordered the charger, because, they didn't have it in stock, so we didn't plug it in, so we wouldn't have that problem, so. We knew what it was, we just didn't have it in
Okay,
stock.
so the only
so.
reason they were shorting out was
Was because
once it
the charger
plugged-
was bad.
When it would be plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Page 1, Ace Hardware AA batteries, 159.
Yep, those were the batteries for our air packs. So every,
All for the buzzers.
every 6 to 8 months, we need to change our batteries on our air packs. Not that the batteries aren't good anymore, but the batteries start to leak after they could start to leak after 6 or 8 months. So that $150, we knew that when we bought our air packs, that we'd have to replace the batteries. It's a different design, but, it's more important to keep up on that.
What about the shields there on page one, from Conway Shield?
Those are shields for our helmets. We had some people come off probation that get their shields,
Okay.
and then we needed some new probation shields.
Okay.
So,
And, the West Bend Mutual, is that just the insurance on the whole building?
correct, that is for the building
Building
insurance.
Property insurance?
Yep. Yeah, he comes in and goes over that with me, and then. Otherwise, there's really nothing out here that stands out, so.
Okay. For a motion,
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report and accounts payable as presented.
Second it.
okay. With that motion being made and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Is there anything on the outstanding collectibles, Jim?
No, I
Notice
think at
that,
this point too, we'll be looking at probably getting into
I do have one thing for outstanding collectibles.
tax.
Number,
We'll probably be getting more into it, obviously, with tax season next year. Obviously, again, with the COVID situation this summer, they have
Kind of
put some lack, of collection efforts, and obviously, we still are a entity of our municipality, so we'll work on that next year some more. Sorry, Keith.
sorry, number 4602, the Jeff Angelo. I had received a phone call and I asked her to send me an email from the building owner that owns that building where he was at. And it just says that he's no longer a tenant there. He was a former tenant, has not been associated with the property for several years. We don't have any information to get to him, so she wants to make sure that she's getting these bills, and so she asked if we could get rid of that, and I would say that would be my recommendation, is to take that one off, because we have no way to get a hold of that person.
Possibly, but again, no way to get a hold of them through the mail, but again, it could be the right of collection and stuff. So give me the incident report on that first.
The what?
Let me get the incident report on that. So-
Okay, that was a fire prevention activity, that was a final fire inspection, walkthrough for opening up a new business.
Okay. We'll file it to collections then.
What's that?
We'll file it to collections and then we'll let them decide and then we can
Okay.
take it.
Okay. So what do you want me to tell her, because she was.
We can just not mail anything to there. I can basically send Barb an email. I think we can agree to that send Barb an email.
Cease the bills going to
Cease
her.
the bills going
Okay.
there, but obviously it's still an account until
Yeah.
we can either go to collections for it, or if we can't get anything there, then we can write it off.
Okay.
I thought last month, you said that there was some activity with the signature wafers other than the addition for the extra fire.
There was,
It doesn't look as though there was, just added the extra fire in there. I thought you said you had received some payment on it.
there was a payment. I'd have to go look at it.
So that might be something to look at for.
I can,
At least for next month.
I'll pull that up. It's in a file, so, and I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. We don't need to do anything with this, do we? We'll move on to the chief's report then.
Sure. Sure. All right. Page 2. So you can see, we did, uh, 21 calls for the month. The rapid response, handled 13 of those calls. We've given mutual aid twice and we didn't receive it at all. So again, we're about, 24 calls ahead of where we were last year for a total of 245. We did have one member resign, due to him moving back, to his hometown. Fire inspection update, I don't have the exact number of fire inspections, but we are on track to, be done with those by November 1st, October 31st. Because we have to have those numbers in to Ann by, November 6th, I believe it is. Nothing to update on buildings or grounds. The FEMA grant that we applied for the air cascade, the filling station upstairs, we did not get that, so they don't give you a reason or they don't give you anything for that to help you out. The county emergency management coordinator, she had called asking about, we've just been in some talks about a COVID testing site being here. I have some concerns with our operational, operating during that, if we were to do something like that. So we're in talks. If there's anything else to bring you, I will, down the road here. Operations update, that has to do more or less with the squad. So we're just changing our operations, and we can get more into that if you want. I don't think we need to. It's an operational issue, but we'll be sending that vehicle out. It should be in service, I was told today, within the next few days, but I'm saying October 15th. We had to finish up some training, mount some equipment, and that type of thing. So the training's done. We're just working on mounting equipment. They're actually doing that now as we speak. And that's gonna limit our response a little bit with personnel. So on a vehicle accident, we're gonna get 2 guys come down for the squad instead of getting 7. So you'll see that that's another thing. We're working more efficiently with the rapid response and with the heavy rescue squad to have the adequate manpower that we need. And, again, we're not doing it to cut corners on money. We're not doing anything like that's because our operations and our efficiency dictates that. So, so that's really it. I jumped over to the squad too. You're gonna see, in the financials, you will see all our maintenance testing coming up and everything like that over the next, 2 months. So I think they're coming mid-October to pump test everything. Hose testing, we're not gonna get done this year, due to COVID. And, but everything else, you're gonna be seeing those things, so. That's all I have. So if anybody's got any questions?
Number of fire inspections that are left.
I don't have the number of fire inspections that are left. I can get that for you. All I can tell you is we're on track to be done by October 31st.
Thank you, Chief. We'll move on to old business. Chief's already covered the rescue squad in his report. Do you have anything on the dispatch?
No,
center?
there is no updates on the dispatch center at this time. I'll leave it on there, please, on the agenda.
Any new business then?
The firefighters hit a brat fry over the weekend, so thank you for your support coming out and getting brats. They're doing that. That money's going directly towards the memorial. They're getting real close to laying the brick on the ground now. They did put an additional plaque on there. It looks really nice. So again, thanks for the community to come out and support that, and as they always do, and for the firefighters for the work they put into it.
I have a question. I didn't know it was there until somebody called me and said you were having a Was that in the paper or anything?
It was not in the paper, they did not advertise in the paper, and they put out some limited signage. So it's kind of a trial run this time, so,
Yeah.
but it was profitable for them, so I think you'll see more done.
There'll be any plans to do any more?
There
Yeah,
is,
before the end
I
of the
just
year.
don't know when. You know, I just know it's profitable, I can't speak for the association, but I know it's profitable, I know they're looking at doing another one.
Done here?
It was, yes, it was a drive-through,
Okay.
worked real nice.
Yeah, I want to add how it was wonderful for the drive-through, and it was safe. People had masks. You know, you didn't have to get out of your car. You just drove right through. They gave you a bag of the meal. You know, it was one price for the meal. I thought it was really well done. And then, of course, we could even get ice cream too. But
Yeah.
It was like getting a Happy Meal.
We did participate in a fundraiser, with the police department, with the K-9 unit, the fire department did, so that went extremely well also. The other thing I wanted to say is it's National Fire Prevention Week this week. It's obviously a fire prevention week, but it's Fire Prevention Month. We usually do our open house, but obviously with the COVID, we're not having the open house this year. First time I thought that would ever happen, but we did team up for National Night Out and Fire Prevention Week kind of at the same time. Throughout this whole week, we'll be out at the green. We'll be out at some different locations. We post that on our Facebook page, and we'll be putting some other things out there for kids and adults to do throughout the month. So, you know, obviously it's have a working smoke detector, and the other thing is it's Kitchen Fires is the headliner for this year's Fire Prevention Week. So it's serving up safety in the kitchen. So.
And you guys participated in the candy handout yesterday, I think it was?
Yesterday and today, we'll be doing that every day this week. With the police department, we'll be doing some other things throughout the month for fire prevention.
I didn't know there was an age limit, you know, that you couldn't get candy if you're over a certain age, so I felt kind of foolish stopping.
So, yeah, no, it was, it's,
Oh, come on.
it's, yeah, so, it's so difficult, not in my 40 years of doing this, that I ever think we would not be
Yeah.
able to have
yeah.
an open house. And so, it's kind of heart-wrenching, actually, so.
Can we do a virtual one?
It's hard when
Yeah.
you don't know what you're gonna do when you grow up, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, they give some kind of semblance as to how far they think this is gonna go. Certifications for my medical assistant, they have pushed back the recertification until June of 2021, so we can kind of expect this to really go into next year. So-
And we're gonna we're gonna change our training. We have changed our training. We canceled last night, due to, you know, the COVID concerns, and we're gonna change our training around for the next, you know, till, right now, we're talking about through January. And then we'll revisit it and see where we go from there. So, we just have to make sure we train, but we do it safely, so.
Speaking of training, and you know, since we're talking about budget, do you need anything for example, to use Zoom or any type of technology like that to connect with your squad?
No, well, we've been having Zoom meetings, Google meetings, actually, Google Meet, and it's worked out really well. So we hold some of our officers' meetings that way. So. That's all I have.
So, is there any board discussion? Like anything? I know Barry always asks if anybody's got something they want to bring up or. So for future agenda items, we're gonna keep the rescue squad and dispatch on?
Yes. Please.
I added the 2021 budget on there as well, so Barry remembers to put it as an action item.
So we'll be voting on it then, right?
Right, because we don't have no conflict at the public hearing.
You're right.
Should we put on also kind of a report, maybe it'll be part of your report, but about National Fire Safety Month, you know, just sort of to remind ourselves to hear about the night out again, you know, when we come back next time, how everything went?
We can't.
Chiefs
He
report.
will anyway.
Yeah,
He will anyway. I'll say that'll be on Chiefs
If you haven't figured out, I like to talk too much. But, yeah, no, I'll include that in my.
Okay.
So if there's no more discussion or nothing else to be put on the future agenda items, our next meeting will be November 3rd at 7 o'clock, and don't forget about the budget hearing at 6:30 that night. Also, that is voting day, so please try to vote before you come here. It might make a big impact.
Vote early and vote often.
Does that change anything for
That's
our
Cook
public
County's
hearing
motto.
on voting? Is that okay?
What?
To have our public hearing and voting? To have-
Sure, why not?
I mean,
Yeah, last, one of them,
Usually it is on voting meeting.
yeah.
It always
um,
happens that way.
Yep.
Just because we're the first two.
In August, at the August meeting, I think there was election that day.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to get there before, but because our meeting went by so slow, I was still able to make it before the polls closed.
And you get 12 hours to vote. I mean, 8 to 8 is, you can't squeeze in 5 minutes out of it, you're really busy.
So, next meeting, or next item on the agenda is to adjourn.
So moved?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned, what time do you have?
33.